When Julia was 16, and went to the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art in Gower Street, she knew already much that they could teach her there. She had to get rid of a certain number of tricks that were out of date, and she had to acquire a more conversational style. But she won every prize that was open to her, and when she was finished with the school her good French got her almost immediately a small part in London as a French maid. It looked for a while as though her knowledge of French would specialize her in parts needing a foreign accent, for after this she was engaged to play an Austrian waitress. It was 2 years later that Jimmy Langton discovered her. She was on tour in a melodrama that had been successful in London, in the part of an Italian adventuress whose machinations were eventually exposed. She was trying somewhat inadequately to represent a woman of 40. Since the heroine, a blonde person of mature years, was playing a young girl, the performance lacked verisimilitude. Jimmy was taking a short holiday, which he spent in going every night to the theater in one town after another. At the end of the piece, he went round to see Julia. He was well enough known in the theatrical world for her to be flattered by the compliments he paid her, and when he asked her to lunch with him next day, she accepted. They had no sooner sat down to table than he went straight to the point. "I never slept a wink all night for thinking of you," he said. "This is very sudden. Is your proposal honorable or dishonorable?" He took no notice of the flippant rejoinder. "I've been at this game for 25 years. I've been a callboy, a stagehand, a stage manager, an actor, a publicity man. Damn it, I've even been a critic. I've lived in the theater since I was a kid, just out of a board school, and what I don't know about acting isn't worth knowing. I think you're a genius." "It's sweet of you to say so." "Shut up. Leave me to do the talking. You've got everything. You're the right height, you've got a good figure, you've got an India rubber face." "Flattering, aren't you? That's just what I am. That's the face an actress wants. The face that can look anything, even beautiful. The face that can show every thought that passes through the mind. That's the face Deuce's got. Last night, even though you weren't really thinking about what you were doing, every now and then the words you were saying wrote themselves on your face. It's such a rotten part. How could I give it my attention? Did you hear the things I had to say? Actors are rotten, not parts. You've got a wonderful voice, the voice that can wring an audience's heart. I don't know about your comedy. I'm prepared to risk that." "What do you mean by that?" "Your timing is almost perfect. That couldn't have been taught. You must have had that by nature. That's the far, far better way. Now, let's come down to brass tacks. I've been making inquiries about you. It appears you speak French like a Frenchwoman, and so they give you broken English parts. That's not going to lead you anywhere, you know. That's all I can get. Are you satisfied to go on playing those sort of parts forever? You'll get stuck in them, and the public won't take you in anything else. Seconds. That's all you'll play. £20 a week at the outside, a great talent wasted. I've always thought that some day or other I should get a chance of a straight part." "When?" "You may have to wait 10 years. How old are you now?" 20. "What are you getting?" £15 a week." "That's a lie. You're getting 12, and it's a damned sight more than you're worth. You've got everything to learn. Your gestures are commonplace. You don't know that every gesture must mean something. You don't know how to get an audience to look at you before you speak. You make up too much. With your sort of face, the less make-up, the better. Wouldn't you like to be a star?" "Who wouldn't? Come to me, and I'll make you the greatest actress in England. Are you a quick study? You ought to be at your age." "I think I can be word perfect in any part in 48 hours. It's experience you want, and me to produce you. Come to me, and I'll let you play 20 parts a year. Ibsen, Shaw, Barker, Sudermann, Hankin, Galsworthy. You've got magnetism. You don't seem to have an idea how to use it." He chuckled. "By God, if you had, that old hag would have had you out of the play you're in now before you could say knife. You got to take an audience by the throat and say, 'Now, you dogs, you pay attention to me!' You've got to dominate them. If you haven't got the gift, no one can give it to you. But if you have, you can be taught how to use it. I tell you, you've got the makings of a great actress. I've never been so sure of anything in my life. I know I want experience. I'd have to think it over, of course. I wouldn't mind coming to you for a season. Go to hell. Do you think I can make an actress of you in a season? Do you think I'm going to work my guts out to make you give a few decent performances and then have you go away to play some two-penny, half-penny part in a commercial play in London? What sort of a bloody fool do you take me for? I'll give you a 3 years contract. I'll give you £8 a week, and you'll have to work like a horse. £8 a week's absurd. I couldn't possibly take that. Oh, yes, you could. It's all you're worth, and it's all you're going to get. Julia had been on the stage for 3 years, and had learnt a good deal. Besides, Jane Taintbout, no strict moralist, had given her a lot of useful information. And are you under the impression, by any chance, that for that I'm going to let you sleep with me as well? My God! Do you think I've got time to go to bed with the members of my company? I've got much more important things to do than that, my girl. And you'll find that after you've rehearsed for 4 hours and played a part at night to my satisfaction, besides a couple of matinees, you won't have much time or much inclination to make love to anybody. When you go to bed, all you'll want to do is sleep. But Jimmy Langton was wrong there.